In West Africa, as the insurgency in Burkina Faso deepens and civic space shrinks, a new kind of battlefield has emerged: online. At the center of this digital storm stands Captain Ibrahim Traoré, the country's military leader, whose image has been transformed into a near-mythical symbol of resistance and revolution. On social media, Traoré appears in dozens of forms: stoic in fatigues, cloaked in Pan-African flags, or rendered as a glowing warrior. He's hailed in viral TikTok edits as the new Sankara, Africa's Messiah, and the people's captain. The messages are clear and powerful, anti-Western, emotionally charged, and highly shareable. But many of these images are not real. They're AI-generated, filtered, or digitally altered to feed a fast-growing online ecosystem that idolizes Traoré. These fan-made visuals and audio tracks, including deepfakes of pop stars like Rihanna and Beyoncé praising him, blur the line between propaganda and admiration.
God protect Ibrahim Traoré, guide his steps through the fire and the storm. Raise a shield over Burkina Faso, let no weapon rise, let no evil form. Light his path when the night gets cold. He's just one man, but the hope of the fold. God protect Ibrahim Traoré.
Every choice heavy like a loaded gun, but he's walking through the smoke till the battle's done.
There's blood on the sand, but still he stands with justice written in his hands.
Support for Traoré exploded after an April protest in Ouagadougou drew tens of thousands in his favor. Similar shows of support were echoed in cities like London and Montego Bay. Yet online, the movement took a more surreal turn, with fake demonstrations appearing to take place in Times Square and Nairobi, images completely fabricated by AI tools. Traoré came to power in September 2022 amid mounting unrest and frustration with French influence. Since then, he's branded himself as a revolutionary voice for African sovereignty, cutting ties with France and moving closer to Russia. His message appeals to a youth disillusioned by broken promises and post-independence elites. Political analyst Jessica Moody says this moment reflects decades of exploitation. She explains that African frustration, particularly with France, is reaching a boiling point, further intensified under French President Emmanuel Macron's term. This fuels the kind of resource nationalism and continental pride that Traoré's message taps into. Yet many warn that this is more rhetoric than reform. While Traoré has reduced ministerial salaries and raised civil servant wages, the deeper issues of security and governance remain unresolved. Much of the country is still outside state control, and over 2 million people have been displaced by ongoing violence. Security analyst Beverley Ochieng calls Traoré a master orator who connects with a digitally empowered generation. But she cautions that this online support may be exaggerated by the algorithm. The digital echo chamber is strong, and Traoré's messaging benefits from a system that rewards spectacle over substance. Burkinabe researcher Alidou Warem describes it as algorithmic populism, a force driven more by emotional imagery than by policy. He warns of a growing trend where social media mobs act as defenders of this digital persona, attacking journalists, activists, and citizens who dare to criticize. Critics say this isn't just online toxicity, it's a new kind of repression, where the state doesn't need to censor because its most vocal supporters do it instead. The result is a climate where dissent becomes dangerous, and Traoré's image is guarded with near-religious fervor. Ultimately, analysts agree there's a widening gap between Traoré's rhetoric and the real-world challenges Burkina Faso faces. While his online presence grows more iconic, his leadership will be tested by whether meaningful progress follows. Africa is changing fast. Stick with us for more untold stories and subscribe for future updates and insights.